Okay guys, this video is going to cover numbers 18 through 23 of your study guide. We talked about inverse functions. These are our inverse functions, and so to make our table of inverse functions with -1 x inverse, and you'll be expected to be able to do that on your test, make the inverse function. All we're going to do is just turn those around. So 6 -10, 8 -8. Look, I just switched those, I flipped them over. So that's 6 14, now it's 14 6. 7 -8, now it's -8 7. 10 and 9, now it's 9 and 10. 12 and 13, now it's 13 and 12. Okay, that part of it's super simple. Now, it's the part on the right where we have to really start using our brain. So f of -10. That does not have an inverse sign, so you're looking at this table. -10 is what we're plugging in. What are we getting back out? If I plug in -10, I get 6 out. So that's the answer. Now, this one over here, number 19, it says f inverse of 6. So we're looking at the inverse chart. What do we plug in, or what do we get out when we plug 6 in? So look at your inverse chart, plug in 6, what do you get out? -10. That makes sense. These should be opposites. Remember, inverse just tells you to go the opposite direction. Now, number 20, f inverse of -10. F of -10. F of -10, we could look here, or we could do it again, is 6. And so we have f of 6 plus 1, or f of 7. It's still just f of 7. So if we plug in 7, what do we get out? F, plug in 7, -8. Plug in 7, and we get -8 out. Okay, 21, f inverse of 9. Inverse side. We're looking at the inverse side. Plug in 9, what do we get out? 10. So your answer is positive 10. 22, start on the inside of your parentheses, f inverse of 8. It's the inverse. On the inverse side, if you plug in 8, what do you get out? -8. Now it's not inverse, it's just function. Function of -8. So look at your function side. If you plug in if you plug in -8, what do you get out? Positive 8. Okay, 23 is a little bit harder. Do the inside first. F inverse of 14. Look at your inverse table and plug in 14. Inverse 14, I get 6 out. So that's 6. But I still have f inverse of 6. I'm still looking on the inverse side, so I go to the inverse table. I plug in 6, what do I get out? -10.